The hell is that? The hell is that? We've got some interesting feedback tonight. I got to figure out where that's coming from. Interesting feedback tonight. I got to figure out from interesting feedback tonight. I got to figure out from interesting feedback tonight. I got to figure out from interesting feedback tonight.
Sorry, that was me.
Yeah, I don't have, I'm not, it doesn't show that I'm streaming right now. It shows there's a circle on YouTube. Let me check something here. May have to restart this. Because it actually had, like, it was almost like it was having connection. There, okay, there it looks like it ended. Let me see what this one says. Well, I don't know if it's streaming or not.
Yeah, I got the same.
Yeah, I've got the little, I'm going to stop it and restart it and see what happens.
That
All
was
right.
the voice of Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, this ain't going to start for some reason. Still got the circle going around.
I had it for a few seconds and then it stopped.
Yeah, as same here, briefly, very, very briefly had it. Let me, I don't think it has anything to do with seeing. Let me see if I switch to seeing what happens. Live
There
from
it
the
comes.
Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom homies, produced by LK Productions. So on OBS, it's got Zoom, the clocks, and PhotoMix Media's QR code, but yet on the stream itself, it's just still showing my thumbnail that I created for my son and grandson. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I had that. Now I got the clocks and me and you.
Wow.
I can see you now.
That far behind. Now let me refresh my screen. Maybe it needs refreshed over here.
Alex is down at the bottom.
Yeah, refresh solved that problem. So it'd be nice just to one time get started in this week without issues. Oh well, we'll see how it goes. Let me check one thing in the background while I'm thinking about possibly what could be going on. I was trying to watch the football game a while ago, and the Fire Stick kept freezing and lagging and not wanting to work right.
Yeah, my TV was acting up a little bit today. It was good for about 3 or 4 weeks.
The speed test shows that it's good, so that's not the issue. And I checked the latency settings. Latency settings were good, so that's not the issue. Yeah, Bobby Warren says he sees the LG TV set. He says to set up on his large screen. Is that on your 80-inch TV? Yeah, my numbers are good, so it's not the internet's the problem tonight. I'm not sure what is the problem. Wow, I'd like to see a snapshot of one of my streams on an 80-inch TV. Let me go back over here. Check the latency. Latency looks good. According to the studio, it's getting excellent connection. Okay, I'm going to hold a finger up.
Yeah,
15-second delay. From the time I held my finger up to the time I seen it over on the stream was 15 seconds. I don't know what that's all about. That's going to be fun. I may have to just not keep using the same settings and just start over again and see if that's it. Anyway, it is Monday. What did we lose about? Yeah, we didn't lose that much time. I started a couple minutes early. I got to go see why. Be right back. Yeah, see, the football game's frozen. So,
Yeah, I got it on low. 18-0.
oh, they score again and miss the field goal or miss the extra point.
Yeah.
Maybe now this will be interesting. I'm going to do another check of the how long it takes for that. If my internet slowed down because the Fire Stick froze, that'll be really interesting. So I'm going to test that theory real quick. So finger going up.
No, there we go.
Number one.
About 3 seconds.
I got 12 seconds, but that was
Hello,
from the time
Ken.
I sat down. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Jeff. Hello, Greg.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's up?
Yeah, I still have about 11 seconds on my end, but that's fine. It's a whole 3 seconds faster. Catch up with chat. Where's your cell phone, Greg? That's funny. You know, it's a good joke when the chat room gets in on it. So, congratulations to your grandson, Jeff. Did he get the MVP or anything?
he got player of the game in one of the games yesterday. They played 6 games altogether and they were undefeated.
Nice.
Today, the last game was played in rain and hail and wind. Little tiny hail about this big, but
Right.
nonetheless. So here,
Yeah, no lightning. They don't stop
show
the
your
game,
ring.
or
Here,
generally they don't.
hold your ring up. Here. Here's the championship ring.
Oh, nice.
So
Very nice.
nice.
What position does he play?
Well, he played catcher, pitcher. I don't know what else. They move the kids all around. They learn to play lots of different positions.
That's good.
First, third,
Did you play any in the outfield?
center, left, right. I played basically everywhere.
Almost all the positions during the 6 games.
Oh, I imagine. Yeah, it was 6 games. I can see where that.
And when you pitch, you're limited as to how many pitches you're allowed to make within a certain time period.
100.
Right.
100. So then at some point in time, even if you're doing very well, they have to take you out. So
He could pitch 100 pitches and theoretically pitch the whole game, though. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
getting some good strikes,
right.
or get one pitch and they hit a pop up, I mean,
Yep.
27 outs.
Yep. Depends. But that affects the game. Sometimes the team they beat for the championship had a kid that was pitching that was really good.
Like 60 miles an hour.
This is like a 10-year-old league, and he can throw 60 miles an hour.
Wow.
And he got to 100 pitches, and they had to take him out, and that's what allowed our team to come back. I mean, it wasn't the only thing.
Sure.
But
it was a contributing factor to it.
Yeah, it was a contributing factor, though. This is a team that came all the way from California to play, so.
Yeah, it's amazing how when I played Little League, it was just local,
Yeah.
maybe 1 or 2 towns over if you got lucky. And then you had an all-star team that
Yeah,
traveled.
I don't know who they're affiliated with on the national level. This is not Little League. This is club ball.
Travel.
So a couple of the kids went to where, Atlanta?
No, Georgia and Florida.
Yeah, last fall to play in some interstate thing.
Now, would they ever qualify for the World Series of Little League?
No, it's not Little League.
Okay, because of the fact it's a club. Okay.
Well, it's club ball, but and who gets to go on the trip sometimes doesn't depend just on how good you are. It depends whether a family member is able to go with you too. So
Right.
Or you
that
can
sort of
go
thing.
with one of your teammates.
Yeah. So
And to go to Georgia or Florida, you have to have like good batting stats and fielding.
mhm. But they did well today. They have had trouble with this team before, haven't you?
Let's see.
The one you beat with the championship, the Black Dogs.
No, that was our first time playing.
I thought you'd played those guys before.
But we played GT Elite.
Okay. I can't keep track of all the teams. Grandpa's too old.
Well, they won the tournament. That's what counts.
Yep. Yep. And every time they win one of these, they get a big ring like that.
That's
I don't
cool.
know how many. Last year they won a lot of them. This is the first one you won this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you guys are getting better. So
Are you messing with a video camera, Alex?
I'm not.
No. It looked
That
like
would be Jeff, I think.
no,
no,
whatever you've got in your hand looks like a video camera.
No. It's my water bottle
it's
When you
these
hold it up
virtual
against the background, it
drinking.
backgrounds.
disappears.
Yeah, well, that's like the virtual backgrounds we're
Sure.
using. Stuff goes in and out.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to affect my cut.
Well, I had a interesting day today. Dish Network made me look like a complete idiot that didn't know what he was doing.
Mhm.
Well, how did you get look? How did Dish Network make you look like a complete idiot?
Yes,
Yeah, how?
because like I told you before, I was trying to tell our Dish Network receiver since we disconnected it, to forget to disconnect from the Wi-Fi, and my mom was sitting there, and I could not figure out how to disconnect it from the Wi-Fi. Well, turns out it's a secret key combo you have to press on the remote in order to ask it to forget the Wi-Fi. And the only way you'll know that is if you Google it. They don't put that on the screen, in small letters. Even if you need to forget the Wi-Fi network, do this.
So once you unplug it, it no
So
longer is connected.
I'm sitting there trying to figure that out, and I'm having to explain to my mom that I want it off the Wi-Fi so it doesn't show up when I go to like click on my TV or whatever on my tablet.
Right, but if you unplugged it and the receivers no longer got power, would that not drop it off the Wi-Fi itself?
Yes, it would, but it's in its own shelf, and of course I can't reach it. So the easiest thing for me to do that doesn't require somebody else doing something is Google how to force it to forget the Wi-Fi in the settings.
Which that's what you ended up doing, isn't it?
You have to like press the recall and info button like together, and then it will. They got it hidden so that an average Joe doesn't accidentally forget their Wi-Fi, and they won't get a support call. But when you want to do it, because you have a reason for doing it, like you disconnected the thing so it don't even.
Was Dish Network working today? It was a holiday. Were they actually physically working?
Who Windstream?
Dish Network.
No, I didn't call them.
Oh, I thought you did.
I just
Okay. Yeah, I
googled
know
the answer,
Windstream would.
and I just googled the answer, and lo and behold, it worked. Because I thought I was resetting it before hitting the reset button that was there on the screen,
Mm-hmm.
but it fooled me because it reconnected, and I thought, how is this thing reconnecting? So it must not be, fully disconnected. And so I went and I looked it up and nope, you got to do this. You got to do this whole song and dance to get it to uh, disconnect.
Well, the good news is you got it disconnected, right?
Do what, Ken?
The good news is you have it disconnected, right?
It's disconnected now.
And then tomorrow you get to deal with Windstream again, right?
I've still got to call Windstream tomorrow and get them to reschedule the line burial.
What was their time frame for doing that? Did they say?
They were closed today.
No, when you scheduled it last week, what was the time frame?
The 24th. But
Right.
you see, I've got a doctor's appointment on the 24th that I forgot about that I have to go to. So therefore, I need to call and reschedule because we got a fence, the fiber optic line is in a fence that is locked when nobody's at home, so they can't just come and bury it whenever. We've got to
Well,
make sure
that's
somebody's
kind of the
here.
question I'm trying to
Don't like the
figure out
fence.
is did they give you a specific time between this point and this point?
No, they don't. And if I call them tomorrow and ask them to reschedule, they'll tell me when they'll tell me the date that they can come out. But
Right. That makes
won't give
sense.
me a choice of dates, and they won't give me a choice of times either. It's just
Oh.
basically we can come out at blank date, and that's it.
Right. Okay.
And
I
if you
didn't know if they
can't
said they'd be
you
there
can't be
between
there at
3 and
that time,
5 or
they
you know, it's
said
kind of it's kind of odd. Every place I've ever had to do anything like that, they give me a 2 hour window on it and my choice of which window do I want. I guess you guys are a little different down there.
well, I
Maybe.
guess they do it that way because they figure most people don't have a fence with their fiber line buried in a fence.
Well, yeah, but
No.
I mean, you were told 8 to 5. When we got cable in Charleston, I had a 8 to 10 window. They were going to be there between 8 and 10, 8 in the morning and 10 in the morning. In Vegas, I had a 10 to 12. I've never heard of a company saying, "Oh, we'll be there from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock." That just ruins your whole day.
I have. They do it. That's what usually happens to me when I call and schedule something like that. Is they say it's a big time frame.
Must be that particular provider.
Yeah, well, that and maybe the town's only 5,000 people in size, so that's probably
Yep.
got some bearing on it too.
But on the bright side, I didn't have to worry about all that because the guy showed up first thing in the morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, and he was done by like 11. He was done by like noon. He was done before noon. So
That's good. That is good. Well, we spent the day running around twice today. I got home about the first time about 1:15ish, I think it was. Every place we went to this morning told her, "Oh no, you do that online." And we have a dilemma that one of the places we filled out online, I put the wrong email address in, and I can get into her account, but guess what? You can't change.
The email.
You cannot change the email. You can change that whole doggone. You
a
change
lot
everything on
a
there.
lot of websites are like that. With when you make an account, you can't change the email at one. But some do. It just depends on who
Yep.
what the account is.
It's the first time I ran into it, and it was rather frustrating. But I think we can call that company tomorrow and ask them, how we can do it, because otherwise she's never going to hear anything because it's going to go to the wrong email.
Well, they usually can change it for you if nothing else.
I'm kind of hoping that, Jeff. I really am.
I got frustrated a little while ago. I bought a new phone I'm going to give my daughter, and I haven't been happy with the carrier I've been using. So I bought the family mobile plan at Walmart, and it's run by TracFone, but yeah, Anyway, I go to their website and I can't get logged in. So I call the support and the gal says, well, you do this and this. And then you get to a link that says reset the password. Well, but first, their website absolutely would not work with Firefox at all. Just categorically won't do anything. So then I changed my default browser to Edge, at least temporarily, and I go and do all this stuff. And I click on the link. It sends me an email because they had my right email in the system. And I click on that link there to go back and reset the password and get to that page, and it says link is invalid. It's on the page where you set the password, but it won't let me do it. So then I call them back for the second time, and basically it's the old story. Hi, my name is Steve. I'm in Nebraska. Well, you know the guy's in India, so
Yeah.
you know, whatever. And finally, this guy, he kept thinking I was doing it all on my phone with an app. And I said, no, I'm on my computer. I like to log in through my computer so I can enter credit card information and when I want to pay things and yada, yada.
Yeah.
And basically, this guy couldn't figure out doodly squat and finally said, well, there must be something wrong with the website. Why don't you wait a few hours and try again? You know, all right. Bye, Steve. Or whatever. I mean, it really wasn't Steve, but it was that sort of a
Sure.
conversation, if you
Sure.
know what I mean.
Yes,
So
it's
we'll see, because I need to get in there and I want to set up auto pay and some things. And eventually, when I get done with Total Wireless, or now, which is now Total by Verizon, who has screwed it up beyond belief, they will unlock my phone. I'm going to get a new SIM card and move my phone over to Family Mobile, and I get a better deal for two numbers if I have them on the same account. That's assuming I can ever get into the damn account.
yeah.
But eventually, I assume it'll work out. If nothing else, I can call them and say, okay, put this on auto pay for me. And hopefully that'll work.
Yeah, I
never had a
Dog says,
problem
I
with
lost you
mine.
guys for a good 30 seconds. Are you sure it wasn't a bad 30 seconds? When you couldn't hear all of our wisdom?
no, it was I was having buffering too. I don't know what's going on. I think YouTube's having one of its days.
I've
Or
never had a
just
problem with my track phone service on my phone, but I I bought mine
Well, I didn't
outright
have, I've
unlocked.
had Straight Talk from Walmart. I've had Total Wireless, which I bought at Walmart. And the Total Wireless got sold to Verizon. It's now called Total by Verizon, who has managed to screw it up beyond belief. They won't let me prepay 2 or 3 months ahead of time with cards like I used to do. And so then one of the people there said, why don't you try Family Mobile? Well, they had a good deal. I bought an iPhone 11 for $300 outright, set up the Family Mobile account. Phone works fine, but now I just can't log in to pay anything.
With if I whenever I need to start paying my own phone bill with track phone, uh I can actually get I can actually pay for a year's worth of service at one time.
Yeah, I know. I had a
Get
friend that had
basically
just plain
unlimited
track phone
talk,
service.
unlimited text, and 24 gigs of data. I think it is for a year for $200,
Yep.
and still keep the same phone and SIM card that I've got right now,
Yep.
and just switch it over to a new account.
So anyway, hopefully that'll get worked out at some point. I'll call back another time when I can talk to Ronald instead of Steve or whatever. Maybe.
yeah, good luck
Be
with that.
nice.
Good luck with that.
I don't know, Gary. That might work pretty well.
What be nice?
The duct
What
tape.
type, huh? Yeah, it'll stick to itivist.
Yeah, I've seen that before
Might go
actually.
along with the expression, put a cork in it.
Mhm. Guy today in Indiana, just up the road actually, there was I believe he was a 6-year-old child, had his dad's 9mm that was
Mm,
loaded.
it sounds like this isn't going to end well.
Well, actually, it ends better than it probably should have ended because the kid was. There's two stories going around. One, he was in the hallway. Two, he was out in the playground. I don't know. I haven't seen any footage of it yet, so I don't know. But he actually pulled the trigger with it up underneath his chin, thinking, I guess he thought it was a toy.
Oh,
There was
and
not
that
a
just makes me
round in the
shiver thinking
chamber.
about
The
it.
magazine was full, and there was not one in the chamber. But because you can imagine the carnage if that bullet would have, if it had a bullet in the chamber.
Yep.
So his dad's in jail, rightfully so. That's the last I'd heard of it. The one place I did find what I thought was going to be footage of it, it wasn't. They had it all blurred out, probably because it's a minor.
Yeah.
What state was this?
Here in Indiana,
Yeah.
literally about 12 miles from where I live. Not that far away, actually. It's scary. It's very, very scary. And there's all kind of video security footage of it, so it'll surface sooner or later, I would think. I'm just glad the young man didn't get killed.
Was this in Beech Grove?
In Beech Grove, yes.
Actually, it says 4-year-old.
Oh, was it?
Mm.
I thought he was 6. He was young, Gary. I know that. I don't know the exact age because, like I said, I've seen 2 different reports, and my brother told me something. It was kind of a combination of the two, so he could have been 4. I know he was a young child.
Beech Grove apartment complex.
That was one that I heard. Yes.
I'm
Toddler
finding
4.
just stuff from earlier in the year, last year.
Yeah, it seems to be repeating quite often.
Well, these are from July last year. The articles I'm seeing on a quick search.
No, there's a new one from like 20 some hours ago.
Wintermute might have found it. He posted a link. Let's see what this one's about. Now my computer's acting weird.
I got the written ones, but yeah. Yeah, he he didn't. I didn't see where he pointed himself, but he pointed at other people, which is no better.
Yeah, well, again, I'm just going off what I've been told.
Yeah,
And
no,
what
I
I've
mean, no
read.
argument. No argument.
I would like to find. Maybe this has got a. Oh, is this on?
This is the Ring video, I think, the scene the Wintermute posted.
Chubby little burger, isn't he?
Oh, when people pick on you, carry a gun to school. Show them bullies, damn it. Darn it.
That's.
I found one video on News Nation.
Let's see if I can see an age.
The father is being shown laid away in handcuffs.
Well, yeah.
But yeah,
Well, at least I've seen some video
16th.
of it now. But I'm still not seeing a 9mm was found, 15 rounds in the magazine, no rounds in the chamber. So that kind of backs up the one that I saw.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. This report on News Nation is from January 16th.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's also a low rent gun. It's an SD. You shouldn't even sell those.
Oh, mercy. So I don't know what the delay is right now, but it still looks like it's pretty horrible. I don't know why it's so bad. I'm going to blame it on YouTube. Or I could be like one of the people that I sort of kind of follow that. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Excuse me. She actually said that she knows for a fact YouTube is not putting her videos out there because I have a backup account and I went and checked and my live stream wasn't there. I'm like, okay. You know, sometimes it might take a minute for things to show up. It would be kind of funny to come to find out they actually do something like that. Which I don't think they do, but I don't know. I like Doug's stream today. That was pretty good. can't believe that I actually brought it up on my phone to watch it, only to be, what, a minute and a half? Gotta go! That was pretty cool. I was really looking forward to having something to do for a half hour. Short and sweet. Yes, it was, Wintermute. Very short and sweet.
I only saw a tiny bit of it, and it was 9 o'clock's when we had to be at the ball field.
You've had a long day.
Yep. Well, yesterday was worse. I got up at 5:30 yesterday. Had to be at the ball field at 7 yesterday.
Whew.
So
Of
we
course,
were done
I
about,
wonder.
I don't know, 1:30 today. So in spite of the storms and whatever.
Yeah, Long Dog brings a good point up with YouTube. It's not a person making the bid. It's the AI making the decision, sure. And, you know, she
You mean
probably
they don't
said
ship?
something against the AI. Yeah, you would think they don't discriminate against certain people, but I would hope not. All right, I got to see what my lag is like because this is bothering me. So I'm going to hold up a set of numbers. Oh, geez, I just now sneezed on YouTube. That's how bad the delay is, or the lag, or however you want to label it. I sure hope
Jeez.
this. Okay, so Wintermute sees the number, so it's pretty quick. Maybe it's just slow on my system. I sure hope it shows up soon. My arm's getting tired.
Hey, Ken, do a
Yeah, Gary.
refresh on your system with YouTube.
I did earlier.
Do it again.
Try this again. Okay, yeah, that helped. That was almost instantaneous. The 4 popped up and then the 5 popped up. Okay, go to Task Manager and see if anything's going on in there. Is it not 10 o'clock already? Oh my goodness. Check out the link Gary put in there.
But check what it is before you laugh.
Oh, it's
It's
not
not.
what it appears to be.
Oh no! Look at the words and then look them up on Google.
Okay, hold on.
Even my wife took like 3 times to figure out what it was. And when I say that, you'll figure out what I'm laughing about.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to Google this because, oh, this is something being sold locally.
Yeah, that is a community of. Well, never mind. You'll see what the thing is, and then you'll laugh. It is not what you think. It's to blow. Wait, no, never. Here, it
Why didn't that?
to.
Here we go. Oh my gosh.
Now, do you see what's so funny about it? $900 for that.
Oh, good. Yes, I do. Oh my goodness.
I said, my wife thought it was what you thought first, and when I showed it to her, she's like, "What?"
That's funny.
It's relaxing, you know.
I would have no idea, nor do I want to find out. Click on live. It can fall back when it buffers, and yeah, it's been buffering a lot. Okay, so let's go with this number. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's back to normal. That was about 3 seconds.
I will say, when you're buffering, Ken, I'm watching something else also, and they're not buffering.
Yeah,
I've noticed it.
I've noticed that too. It's the AI. They don't like me.
Yeah.
I've actually noticed it on a couple of people that I follow with DaVinci. There's buffers a lot. There's one particular, they don't buffer. They just flat out freeze. I mean, it's just like, well, I'm going to move this. And then there's nothing. You got to start everything all over again. And I've also noticed, you'll find this shocking, but I have a hard time watching from beginning to end unless it's live. I like to skip ahead as much as I can, forward and whatnot. If I go very far forward, it ends it. It freezes it. It won't go any further. So I got to run it back, start over, and then just do it in increments. I need to start paying attention to which ones it's doing that on, because I don't think it does it on all of them. I also put a link in tonight in the chat for David Battel's latest thing that came out today. It's pretty funny. It's about at the 9:28 mark, if you guys can get back that far. If you can't, let me know. I'll repost it. Has nothing to do with any kind of editing or DaVinci or Wondershare or anything like that. Yeah, I guess he's not. Yeah, that's very true, Wintermute. He's not a rock star. Pretty funny. See, the TV just stopped in there, so I'm anticipating the computer having some issues here in a second. Try another number. 1, 2, 3. 3 seconds. Yeah, that's good. Good. Turian. Filipino stuff. Probably because it's coming from the Philippines. We found one place today, after we filled out 4 online applications. In a search, we found a place that was paying, you better sit down because I couldn't believe this, a $7,500 bonus. And of course, Mrs. K's eyes got about this big. And I said, you got to read the fine print right there. It says before Christmas. So she's a little bit too late for that. And I imagine it would require an entire year's employment, because they're just not handing out $7,500 for 90 days, I wouldn't think. Nice place. Super nice place.
Well, today my mom uses an app on her phone called Telegram, another social media messaging app, a video sharing app. And this app likes to, by default, download everything you look at to your phone. So I had to clear her phone off yet again today. And when she handed me her phone to delete all the stuff that automatically downloads, her phone only had 2 gigs out of 128 free.
Now, were you able to determine that all of that usage was by Telegram itself, or were there other things involved?
It was just Telegram, because I went into the actual Telegram app and it's the cache. By default, it's set to no limit on how much cached data it can keep.
Mm-hmm.
And so it had 74 gigs of cached data that was on the phone. So I cleared it, and she was immediately back to 50 gigs free on the phone.
Does your mom watch the stream? Does your mom watch our live stream?
No.
Good. Did you give your mom a stern talking to and tell her not to do that again?
This is not the first time she's done it.
Oh, obviously your stern talks don't mean anything then.
But
you want to
I
share
did
the
tell
other
her,
news from your mom today?
What other news from my mom today?
That requires some movement of things from one room to the other and purchasing 3 things?
I didn't tell her it was. I didn't tell her. I haven't told her that I was going to. That I want to buy these 3 things.
Yeah, but didn't she approach you today and say that she wants the router back in there because the Wi-Fi will be faster?
No, what she wanted is they wanted the fiber optic cable to be ran where the old phone jack was, because the hole was already there. Now, never mind the fact that the hole that was already there would have been bigger than the hole he drilled in my wall just with one single fiber optic line through. But they wanted the fiber line ran. But I convinced the technician to be on my side. And he convinced my mom and dad, which were standing right there, that I know what I'm talking about.
So Ken, excuse me, well, both of you, Alex, you're not even a renter at home, and you got to tell the guy where to put the fiber, not your mom, in her house. Ooh, because you were saying last night renters couldn't have fiber. So your mom wanted it someplace else. The owner of the house, you're not even a renter, and you got to tell him where to put it. Uh-oh. But what your mom was saying, to interrupt you, Alex, is there was already a hole in the wall for the telephone, and there was not a hole in your room. So you cut a hole where there's no hole when there was already a hole.
But you're talking about a gigantic hole where the phone, if you
But
took
it's already-
if you took the phone jack out, it would have left a gigantic hole, a hole that he had to drill for the fiber optic cable.
But isn't there already a hole where the phone jack is?
There is, but I think what Alex is saying is he's thinking that that cable for the fiber is so much bigger than the phone line that it would have been a super huge
No,
hole. It wouldn't have been, but
Actually,
know
he's
that.
saying the opposite because for the phone jack, the hole's about an inch. The fiber's an eighth of an inch.
Yeah, it's.
But what they do is they put a connector around it. You don't see the hole. Trust me, I see them in every house I got.
You don't see the well. I still. Only reason why I don't see the hole is because I got this chair sitting in front of it. But if I
Well-
move the chair, I can see the hole.
Well, they sell little plates to put over, just like a wall jack, and you just see the little hole coming out. It's kind of like in businesses where if you notice the Ethernet cable goes into the wall, you see just the jack. You don't
Yeah.
see.
And that's another thing. I asked the technician before he drilled the hole if he was going to put a wall jack on it, and he said
CFC
no.
not working.
He didn't. He just mounted the ONT up on the wall where I wouldn't like run into it, and then and he drilled the hole, run the fiber through, and that was it.
Well, see, Ken and I are in a northern climate. We can't have the hole that big in the wall, any size.
Because I was anticipating him to put a wall plate on myself, but he didn't.
I didn't catch how big the hole would
He
have been. I
himself
was
told me that
temporarily
if he
distracted.
had have done it, like my mom had wanted it, my mom and dad had wanted it, and used that original hole that was already there, it would have taken him literally 5-6 hours to do,
Why?
as opposed to 2 hours that it took him to do everything in my room, and that included helping me hook up my computers and my mom's computer, changing out Ethernet cables and all that.
No, he wouldn't have done all that. He'd have made sure one computer worked and he'd have left. I
Mm.
guarantee you that. He just said, no,
Why did he say it would take so long? And how big was the hole going to be? I was distracted when you mentioned that.
Because basically, if he would have ran it the way my mom wanted it, where the original hole for the phone system was, is he would have had to run at least 30 or 40 feet of fiber optic cable down two whole walls, from one wall to the other wall, and then find a plug-in to plug in the fiber jack in a jungle of cords that was already plugged in by my mom's computer. In here, not only was it easy for him to just drill a hole and stick the fiber thing on the wall, I've got tons of plugs in this room because I have a lot of crap to plug in. I got a whole power strip underneath my nightstand that is not being used other than for my USB charger for my phone and stuff, and the fiber outlet.
So do you think You think
There's
she's
more
ever?
than just one reason why.
You think she's ever going to win the battle of getting it back in there? And if she does, then you're going to have to buy the 3 things you mentioned earlier, right?
Alex, I don't know. I didn't hear all of it about the Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi closer to her stuff will be faster, yes. Because now you have it going through walls, correct?
Well, see, here's the issue, or here's her issue. The router that's now on my desk, sitting on my desk, used to be on top of her computer. On top of her computer, where she's got her computer. And so
I was just checking the speed. It locked up 3 times on me.
Could you do it again, Ken?
Yeah, I refreshed it and it didn't go back live. In fact, it just came back to
Ooh.
the little circle thing, and I refreshed it again. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream and set my system down. I'm going to actually reboot the router itself and see if that helps. I'm debating on whether I'm going to go back live or not. I mean, it's only 10:15, so there's a good chance I will. I'll clearly be back on Zoom. I apologize to everybody for the issues with this tonight, but I want to see if I can get it fixed.
Can you wait 1 second, Ken, before you kill Zoom? Or
Shoot, you got 1 second. Yeah, go ahead.
No, before you. Okay, you're still got a circle going on mine, and I'm running something else with no problem.
See, that's what I find just troubling. I mean,
Actually, I got
I'm
two.
not going to go down the road of the one that I subscribe to that thinks that they're targeting her. So I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm going to bring up, let's just say, here's Bonnie. Let me see what Bonnie's up to. Bonnie's got no issues. It's playing just fine. No problems whatsoever.
I went to a car guy, just showing cars.
But yet mine's sitting there doing absolutely nothing. All right, I'll be back in just a few minutes.